Hey girls, I hope you're all doing good. Things are looking up, so I think I may be able to see y'all pretty soon, crossing my fingers. But for today's devotion, I'm going to do the same type of devotion that I've been doing about conquering fear that has a little story to go along with it. So today's devotion is going to be about becoming friends. It says, Luke sat in the pew and stared off into space, wondering what was in the oven at home. He won't be quiet. Come here. Be quiet. Sorry, y'all. I'll start over. Luke sat in the pew and stared off into space, wondering what was in the oven at home. His stomach growled loudly, and he hoped his family would leave soon. What are you doing sitting here by yourself? Luke looked up as Mr. Bryant sat down in the pew in front of him. Nothing, Luke said with a smile. He liked talking to Mr. Bryant. So Luke is here sitting in church, and I'm sure this is all something that we've done before. Sometimes when we're sitting in church, we get to thinking about how hungry we are, and what we're going to eat for lunch instead of actually listening to the sermon. I'm guilty of it too. So this man named Mr. Bryant comes up to Luke and asks him why he is sitting by himself. And Luke seems to like Mr. Bryant because Mr. Bryant has always been a friend to him. Why don't you go talk to someone? Mr. Bryant asked. Luke shrugged. I don't have any friends here, he said. What do you mean you don't have friends? Mr. Bryant looked around the church. I bet the kids over there are your age. He pointed to someone up front, and I know he's your age. Luke looked and saw that Mr. Bryant was pointing to his grandson standing by the piano. It's hard to know what to say to other kids, he told Mr. Bryant. I don't mind being by myself. I know that what Luke's going through was really true of me when I was little. I was really shy. I didn't really like to be the first one to go up and initiate a conversation. But Mr. Bryant is telling Luke to get out of his comfort zone and do just that. Mr. Bryant cleared his throat. Remember when you first started coming to church here with your family? I totally ignored you when you came, and that's how we became friends, right? Mr. Bryant was kind of joking with him. Luke laughed. No, you were one of the first people to say hello, and we talk all the time now. Mr. Bryant nodded and leaned his arm on top of the pew. Listen, Luke, you want friends, don't you? Luke nodded. Well, Mr. Bryant said, the Bible says you have to be friendly to have friends. You have to go right up and introduce yourself like I did when I first met you. To have friends, you have to work at it a little, even if it's scary at first. But it's hard, Luke said. So is math, said Mr. Bryant with a grin. But I think if you work at it, trust God to help you, you'll make one of those friends the Bible talks about, one that sticks closer than a brother. Luke thought about that and smiled. I guess that'd be cool, he said. Mr. Bryant leaned over and gave Luke a friendly slap on the shoulder. Now you're talking. He looked at the clock and got up. See you later, Luke. He jerked his thumb toward his grandson. Now go say hello. So Mr. Bryant is telling Luke, who was afraid to go up to the kids in the church and try to make friends with them. Mr. Bryant is telling him that that's exactly what he should do, that he should go and make friends with people that are also Christians, that also love the Lord. So not only is it important for us to have friends that we can go to when we're sad or when we have something going on, but it's important to have those Christian friends that are going to help with our relationship with God. It says, how about you? Do you need a friend? Trying to make friends can be scary, but it gets easier the more you practice. Ask God to show you the special people He's put in your life and give you the courage to reach out to them and be friendly. Just saying hello to someone new could be the beginning of a lifelong friendship. So I challenge y'all, if you ever see someone in your class or in another classroom out at recess and they seem to not really have that many friends and they're kind of by themselves a lot and they seem to be kind of lonely, I challenge you to go to them and to be friendly to them and invite them in to your little friend group, to what y'all might be doing, and that will probably make their day for you to go up to them and just invite them into whatever you may be doing. So our verse for today is Proverbs 18:24. A man who has friends must himself be friendly. So basically what that means is if you want friends, you must be friendly. And then, I always have our key that I always like y'all to repeat after me, that I want y'all to remember from the whole lesson, our short little key. So I want y'all to repeat after me. It says, be a friend. As simple as that. So I challenge you after this, like I said, when we can go back to school, be a friend to everybody, and always lift them up and encourage them in their relationship with Jesus. Bye, guys.